MMA is a brutal sport, and when you pit the top fighters in the world against each other in the UFC octagon, you're bound to see injuries from time to time. Thankfully, most fighters in the UFC are able to rebound from tough injuries, but there are times when the injuries are so gruesome you just have to look away and wonder if you'll ever see those fighters again. In this video, we will be featuring 5 of the worst injuries in the UFC octagon, starting the countdown. 5. Corey Hill, UFC Fight Night 16. Corey Hill's fight against Dale Hart ended in the worst way possible. Most injuries happen as a result of a hold or strike from an opponent, but Corey Hill was on the offensive against Hart when he went for a leg strike to gain some momentum. The strike hit Hart awkwardly and resulted in Hill's leg bending in ways it wasn't supposed to. The fight was instantly stopped by the official, as Hill was left with a snapped tibia and fibula as a result of the kick. 4. Mark Hominick, UFC 129. Mark Hominick probably knew he was in for a tough fight against a brutal striker when he took to the octagon against Jose Aldo at UFC 129, and when going up against such a skilled opponent, it's important to never let your guard down. During the fight, Hominick opened up his guard for a moment, and Jose Aldo took advantage with several punches to the face, causing severe swelling and hematoma to Hominick's left eye. The swelling was so extreme that commentator Joe Rogan compared it to a second head. To everyone's surprise, the fight doctor allowed Hominick to continue, and Mark eventually lost the fight. 3. Jon Jones, UFC 159. Coming into UFC 159, 25-year-old Jon Jones was considered a force to be reckoned with, while the 36-year-old Chael Sonnen was aging, but still very well respected. These two fighters did have some prior history, having been opposing coaches on the Ultimate Fighter Season 17. While Jon Jones was able to win the fight in the first round via TKO, he did so in extreme pain. As sometime early in the match, he suffered a severe dislocation of his big toe and was forced to fight through the pain and inability to use that foot for a portion of the fight. He even fought through the pain to give a post-fight interview while doctors were tending to his injured foot. 2. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, UFC 140. At UFC 140 in 2011, Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira was set to face Octagon icon Frank Mir. During the fight, Mir was able to ground Nogueira and locked on a tough Kimura arm submission. The hold was locked in tight, but Nogueira resisted tapping out until an audible crack was heard and he tapped instantly. The crack was Antonio's arm bending and snapping at an angle. Arms are not supposed to bend due to the force of Mir's submission hold. 1. Chris Weidman, UFC 261. Considered possibly the worst injury to happen in UFC history, Chris Weidman's fight with Uriah Hall ended when Weidman attempted to land the first strike just after the bell had rung. Weidman went for a kick, but something terrible happened, as his leg snapped on impact for the entire crowd to see. The fight was immediately ended, as medics rushed to the octagon to stabilize Weidman's leg and take him to receive medical attention as quickly as possible. So that's it for today's video. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this one. Thanks for watching.